Hello everyone and welcome back to TCR Platinum Class for tonight on this Thursday evening. My name is Gade. JB could not be here, but I am not alone in this Platinum Class booth. I am joined by Kitten Petter, a fellow Golden Class driver. How are you tonight, Kitten Petter?
I'd be doing a whole lot better if I didn't finish last night. But you live and you learn. Can't be your day every day. Rise and grind.
Indeed, the rise and the grind has begun, and we are coming from you from my channel tonight because PlayStation is a big stupid right now. But nonetheless, the show must go on. It is Thursday, it is Platinum Class, the main class, and if the previous two races are any indication, these are going to be exciting races, wouldn't you say, Kitten? This is going to be
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. Pretty action-packed race last night in Golden Class. Lots of different strategy options. Looks like GT and Professional are the only two that have put in the fastest laps on soft so far. Lots of different preferred ways to go about it. You can start on hards because the soft really only lasts a few laps with the full fuel load. But yeah, I mean, lots of different ways we can cut it, and with Dougie Falcons and Sea Freeze's titanic battle last week on debut for Dougie. A lot to live up here for.
yes, the past two races here for silver and golden, there's a lot of action packed, but surprisingly no safety cars for how many collisions. Were you surprised by no safety cars with how many collisions there were?
I feel like I've said it the past like 3 weeks with JB, but I, I I don't think I've seen a single safety car on this game in career mode or even online anywhere. It's kind of weird. But I mean, last night we had a huge crash in turn one. I think about 6 or 7 cars involved, and yeah, no safety car there. Interesting stuff. But hopefully we can get some action like that today.
But yep, as Kitten was talking about as just a minute ago, strategy. Very many strategies you can put on last night, especially last night. People like W and D Crime qualified on the softs, started on the softs, and put on the mediums, but made the mediums last for 21 laps. It's very interesting to see what tires these guys will be putting on tonight after they saw the race last night. But it also depends on the track conditions because the track conditions were very cloudy with lower track temperatures. So that also causes your tire wear to be less, wouldn't you say, Kitten Petter?
Oh yeah, for sure. And I mean the hards could easily go about 20 laps as well. I think typically when it's a warmer track surface, it's not going to last quite that long. Excuse me. But yeah, it looks like a lot of guys are opting for the hards here about halfway through qualifying. Um, Easily could see medium to hard, maybe even hard to soft. As Airborne did last night, he finished P4 from last place on the grid, or second to last place, I think. And yeah,
But yep.
Vandermeer with a competitive time on the hards already.
Yeah,
Back out for
Xandermar
more.
is on the hard tires with that 132.06. Very quick on this track for those hard compound tires. But in the end, everybody's going to be trying for that one stop, even these guys on that softs, because they saw what the two Ferraris did last night in W and D Crime. But most of these guys that are on the hards and the one man on the mediums, they'll be doing the one stop from either mediums to hards or hards to mediums. So very many different strategies, but if there is a safety car, that's going to put everything up in the air.
Oh, absolutely. I remember, I believe season 6 in the Golden Race. We had a little bit of everything. We had a late safety car, and it started to rain as soon as the safety car came out. It was a crazy race. I believe Rad Sizz won that one in Golden. But yeah, I mean, it is a track where there are a couple of areas where you can get safety car. For the most part, it's one of the more wide open on the calendar. So it's kind of hard to bring one out unless you got a car disabled in the middle of the track. But it is possible. It is possible. I wouldn't say it's likely, but definitely possible.
Yep, definitely very possible for a safety car. And as you mentioned, it's very wide out with not a lot of runoff areas. So do you think that also causes not as many safety cars, or is that just the way the track is made?
Yeah, well, I mean, I always joke about it's a choose your own adventure track because there's so many different layouts. And yeah, I mean, there's certainly some parts like right here if you're on board with Xanamar going down that back straight where it really narrows up. Uh, it's also the same way on the front straight, but for the most part, there's so much room that unless a car is disabled like right in the middle of the track, uh, cars out somewhere in the one of the 50,000 other modifications of the track.
Yep, definitely a lot of layouts on this track. The FIA has suggested a new layout, perhaps in the future, if they consider moving or consider staying here at this track for the very foreseeable future. Do you think this layout's good enough, or do you think they'll end up changing it in perhaps the near future?
Well, my preferred layout would be Magni Core, but that doesn't seem likely. I think, I mean, I guess, I mean, while in Rome or while in Le Castellet, you might as well utilize the different parts of the track. I guess they just settled on this because it's had the most overtaking opportunities. But as we've seen in real life for the past couple of years, it's been one of the worst tracks in terms of
Yep, the layout is very, very weird, but we will move on to the drivers and constructors standings as I will read them now. Seafreeze is in the lead of the Drivers' Championship, followed by the Mercedes of Badfast, and then Gijo Breezy in P3, and then Xander, not far, in 4th place. Then Roll behind by 1 point behind Xandermar, and then Double A, Be Good, Go To, Lopez, Sequit, Talon, GTR, Porge Boss tied with 007 Professional for 14th. Or no, 13th, I'm sorry. And then Doogie Falcons in P15. Jones at P16. Psycho Zane is tied with Jones. And then Fatal, Hot Bread, and Jeremiah make up the back of the grid. Speaking of this Drivers' Championship, it seems that Seafreeze has dominated this season so far, with the gap being over almost 50 points.
yeah, we're gonna need some double point races, I think, as we get a little bit deeper into the season. He's won 5 out of the first 7 rounds. Obviously, very impressive stuff from him. But as we saw last week, um, got Dougie Falcons coming in, and he is extremely fast, giving him a challenge. As Breezy goes up.
But Deb, you are right. Dougie Falcon is very, very fast. Seafreeze will have to watch out for him in the near future. But as we move on to the constructor standings, the Todorossos of Seafreeze and Talon are in P1, and then the Racing Points of Be Good and Roll not far behind. Just less than 50 points is the gap for constructors. Then the Alphas of Xander and GoTo are in 3rd. McLaren of Gijo and Jones in 4th. The Mercedes of Badfast and Psycho in 5th. The Williams of GTR and Sequit in 6th. The Renaults of AA and Porge in 7th. Lopez and Fatal and the Hasses in 8th. Then the Red Bulls of Giant, Johnson Alex, and 007 in 9th. And then the Ferraris of Hotbread and Jeremiah. Which, speaking of the Ferrari team, not the season that they thought they would be having. What's your take?
Absolutely not. Jeremiah coming in after a year away, season away. He's yet to regain his old pace. Hotbread as well. Had a couple of good races here and there, but for the most part, it was a little bit underwhelming from him as well. My main takeaway here is that Mercedes is just not even showing up tonight. Looks like Psycho and ZX neither could make it, so that's gonna play a pretty big role
Those
in
are
the
also
constructors.
the only 2 drivers missing from the grid tonight. So everybody's going to get even bigger points advantage on the Mercedes. This is not going to help them in the long run. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this will play out for the rest of the season as we are in the final 2 minutes of this qualifying session for the French Grand Prix. And your thoughts so far as how qualifying has gone? Do you have any predictions as of now with 1 minute and 30 seconds left?
I know this is traditionally a breezy stronghold, so I'm not too surprised with him getting out on a provisional pole at the moment. Double A also very fast around here. Fatal has done a good job planting that thing in P3 provisionally, and as is Jones, to be fair. And I think Jones and Breezy were probably working on this last week. Jones obviously not had the best luck so far this season. And I'm looking forward to it. I mean, we got Freeze coming out. He and Talon are both extremely similarly paced at the moment. Looks like 590 to 595, yeah. Only about 5 thousandths of a second separating them. I wonder who's going to give who a toe.
As it seems, Talon has just started his flying lap, so no toes for the Toro Rosso drivers. But in the end, everybody except for one person has qualified on these mediums that is in the top 10. So this is going to be a strategy-based race more than it was so last night in Golden. So you also have to keep that in mind. And if the safety car comes out, it's going to be an easy one-stop for most drivers.
Sure. And right now I'm watching Dougie, who's in P8 at the moment. He's the fastest one on mediums. And he looks like he is going to be going for a hot lap here. Oh, wait, no. Is he getting blocked? Or is he on an in lap?
He is getting a tow, I think. He is on a hot lap.
Ooh,
He's faster than the Renault. Gets a great tow, gets pole position. Where's Gigio Barisi? The Renault of Doth Thou Hoist did not know he was behind him. That's very interesting.
Yeah,
So we're on board with Gigio Barisi now.
Doth Thou Hoist making his debut. I was a little bit concerned that he was holding Dougie up right there, but looks like Dougie didn't have too much of a problem with it. Breezy is on a hot lap entering Sector 3 at the moment. Let's see if he can capitalize on a bit of Dougie
Only
misfortune.
needs less than 2/100ths of a second to get pole. As he comes through the final 2 corners now. Gets a little bit of understeer. Now it's the run to the line for Gigio Barisi. Will it be enough for pole position in the French GP in Platinum class? It will be enough for pole, a 129.86. What a lap from the McLaren driver. He will be on pole as Zandermar is on a hot lap, but it's pretty much an in lap. But Gigio Barisi, after Dougie shocked the grid for his fastest lap, Gigio Barisi provides even more of a shocker.
Yeah, over 2.5 tenths up on that lap. That was impressive stuff from Breezy right there. Like I just said, this is one of his best tracks, and it's a track that a lot of people don't like. So those are 2 things that are boding particularly well for Breezy here tonight.
Yep, Breezy, a champion a season ago, looking to catch up to C Freeze in the standings, but might not have enough time, but there's still plenty of racing left. And he also needs to get some luck on his side.
I mean, you never know. If Double A goes around taking out C Freeze some more, perhaps Breezy can close that gap down all the way. New helmet design by from Breezy as well, it looks like.
This will be a fun race to watch, though. Maybe we'll get some more action-pack racing like we did last night. But my prediction for this race, I will have Gijo in first, and then I will have Double A in second, and then I'm going to put big ol' GTR Lion in P3 to round out the podium. What are your fancy podium predictions?
I'm not gonna stray too far away from you. I'm gonna say Breezy. I'm gonna go Falcons. I think Doug's got the one lap pace certainly to do well. And I'm eyeing the guys outside of P10 because I think 11th place for Xandermar. He's in a prime position to strap on whatever tires he wants. And
he could do that medium to hard strategy while everybody else is struggling.
Yeah, and he could possibly have the strategy advantage towards the end of the race. So you know what? I'll go with Xandermar P3.
All right, very bold predictions from the both of us, but that's what you get here in the commentating booth here in TCR.
Yeah, we pregame by watching First Take every morning to get ready. We got to fire off these hot takes to drive the the viewership.
Yep, as we await them while they are getting their strategies ready on the grid. As we have implemented a new kind of rule, I guess you could call it. There is now a timer for how long till the session countdown starts for the formation lap. Good decision or bad decision?
Good decision. I think it's something that always caught us out. A couple of drivers wouldn't be able to fix everything the way they want. I'm looking at the chat on the YouTube. Looks like Joey2J is saying, "What's up with those bad tire choices?" I believe he was talking about the hards. The hards didn't do too bad last night, but the mediums are the way to go. I would agree with Joey2J on that one. I'm not sure who I believe he's in the league. I'm not sure who he is though. Shout out to Joey.
But as we're about to start the formation lap now, as you did say, the hards did do well in the race last night, but not so well in qualifying. But the mediums last night seemed to not really run qualifying, but 3 of the top 10 guys finished within the top 6 that started on mediums last night.
Now, there's some next level stats presented by Amazon Web Services. I would tend to agree. I think the mediums are much better suited for the race, but with the hotter track than there has been the past couple of days, I would say that the hards can work around here.
It's going to be a hard tire race once everybody gets to the pit if they're going to try a one-stop, but all these guys on the softs, if the track's too hot and the tire wear's too bad, it might be a 2-stop for these guys in the top 10.
Yeah, you never know. If someone like Breezy, for example, who has a lot of pace around here, if he so chooses to go soft to medium and then back to soft, that might even work. I'm not sure. But you never know. It doesn't look overcast at all. It looks pretty nice, actually, here in the south of France. So yeah, you never know what you're going to expect or what to expect.
But yep,
TCR.
This is TCR after all. But as you said, it is clear skies with the sun out. That track is going to be very warm, and as you said, you could go softs, mediums, softs. The mediums do last around 14 to 16 laps on this track, and the softs only last about 5 to 6, so he could pull off a soft, medium, soft. But if everybody else goes soft to hards, he will not have track position, but he will have raw pace over everybody else.
That's true, and that's kind of what I'm expecting to see here. I'm really looking forward to Breezy and Doug filling it out. Obviously haven't been able to see that quite yet in TCR. Dougie's only his second race.
But yep, as the grid is now forming up, as Jeremiah makes his way into his spot, the last car on the grid, we're going to await the lights. And here we go, the lights are about to be lit off. We have 1 lights, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And away we go. We go down to turn 1. Gijo Breezy with a flyer of a start, followed by Dougie and then Double A. And then Sequit moves a position, passing his teammate GTR Lion. They're all diving down towards turn 1 as Roll moves up his position. Sequit still stays in, and Seafreeze has gone wide, it seems, into turn 1. So we move down the rest again. Hot Bread has jumped up to 12th. And then Jones is out! Jones just spun. So has the Renault of Doth Thou Hoist.
Oh.
Both of them major wing damage. But as we move back to the front, Gijo Breezy is far enough ahead from everybody else. And then Double A is going to get a tow on Doogie Falcon. And then Doogie Falcon's also getting a tow on Gijo Breezy. Will Double A make the move? No. Dougie defends. Dougie, nice defending into turn 7, I believe. As we go down to Roll and Seafreeze. Roll gets an overtake on Seafreeze. Very chaotic first corner.
Yeah, it looked like coming out of 2. I have my eyes a little bit more on the back of the grid. Not quite as bad as it was last night, but you know, these cars get a bit congested.
Sorry, I have to cut you off,
layers.
but Fatal has just made a move on Sequit down the inside in the Parabolica. Pretty much of what it is. Sequit trying to battle back though, goes down the inside. Nice move from the Williams driver. He's back up into 4th.
But to continue my point, I believe it was Xandermar that got in the back of Jones. Looks like Jones had a pretty poor start, and then after that, feel like Doth Thou Hoist may have just been collateral damage, an innocent bystander.
As 007, Jeremiah, and Jones go into the pits, and Doth Thou Hoist is right behind them. But Gijo Breezy still leads his race as we are in lap 2 of 27. No retirements from that big crash of the Renault and McLaren. But the Renault of Double A very close to Dougie. Will he open it, or not open, but will he engage his ERS to try to get straight line speed? He does engage his ERS, but will he have the straight line speed to catch up?
You know, it depends on how trimmed out these guys have their cars. You know, you can either go the tire conservation route or the trim out.
While we were talking about the Renault of Double A, Seafreeze overtakes I-Roll into that chicane, gets back up to P8, and is very close now to GTR Lion. And the pass of Fatal goes wide. That allows Talon to gain some time. And then B-Good overtakes GoTo, but B-Good goes wide. Is that going to allow GoTo to get the position back? Not quite. GoTo lets him back through. But now GTR is sandwiched between the two Toro Rossos, as I believe Talon will try to push him into Seafreeze to let Seafreeze get the move done on GTR. As we move into lap 3, DRS has been enabled. So Double A will get a tow very close to flipping Doogie into turn 1. Double A still has plenty of ERS to get the job done on this straightaway. As the top 10 or as the top 9 very close together.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think these guys are all kind of saving their ERS, just waiting for their DRS.
But as Double A opens his DRS, he does not have very good straight line speed. Goes into the chicane, still behind Dougie, but Dougie does gain time on Gijo Breezy. So we have some battling in the back going on. Lopez gets past the Ferrari of Hot Bread. Hash Driver moves up to P12. But Dougie is getting dangerously close. These guys are all bunched up in the top 9. As Talon, he's gaining on Fatal. Fatal goes a little bit wide. That's going to allow Talon to maybe make a move on Fatal.
Yeah, I think that's the second time Fatal's gone wide in that corner so far.
Is Talon going to try to get him on this short straightaway with DRS opened? As we look now, gets a little bit of oversteer. Opens his DRS. No DRS for Fatal on the car ahead. Is Talon going to dive down the inside? No, he's going to stay back. So we move back
Yeah, I
up to
think
the front.
Talon knows that he can get him. He can get him on that back straightaway. But he does need to get a move on it because Freeze is now in DRS zone behind him.
The top four, I should say, very close together. Might be a quadruple toe happening here. As we move to... Everybody has DRS in the top four except for Gijo Breezy. But he still has the straight line speed, even with DRS for Dougie. Still has the straight line speed over all of them. The toe not really helping at this moment.
Yeah, and it looks like Breezy's actually conserving his ERS a little bit better than
But Dougie's getting closer.
Yeah,
he's getting very close into the Parabolica. Looks on the inside, doesn't risk it. But as Talon and Seafreeze starting to battle between teammates. We saw this last night, but oh, Seafreeze gets a little bit of tailspin. That's going to allow Talon to stay ahead. That allows Fatal to get back up into racing position against Seafreeze.
I wonder how long this top four is going to go nose to tail. This is you don't really see this that often. Usually some guys end up falling back a bit, but that is not the case right now.
But these
Secret has the fastest lap, and he is the last one on the train.
We had these top four guys very close to each other. Dougie's the closest. Gijo Breezy gets a bad exit. Second with a 3-second time penalty. Multiple warnings. All three of these guys as Dougie overtakes Gijo. Gijo going a little bit wide. But Gijo will get DRS because the DRS detection is very close to the line.
I have a feeling Breezy's tires might be going off a little bit sooner than everybody else, trying to keep them behind him.
As we go pretty much four abreast almost. Gijo does take back the lead. Very good racing, but that battling also allows Double A and Sequit to come into the mix. As Dougie's looking on the inside, then Double A's watching them battle, hoping they crash. But if they crash too close, he might get caught up. And then there's Sequit as Doogie goes past Gijo. Gijo moves back down to P2 as the Toro Rossos of Talon and Seafreeze start battling again. Seafreeze with better traction. And now here comes Sequit on Double A. Double A goes into the pits.
Yeah, I was just about to ask who you thought was going to be the first one to get off these softs, as it looks like they are starting to give up. And the answer to that would be Double A.
The conditions are changing, though. As it is getting cloudier, that track will start to cool down as Gijo dives down the inside. Nice move to take back the lead of the race. As Double A will come back. Oh, Fatal has spun in turn one. Wonder what happened there.
Yeah, that's tough for Fatal after a fantastic qualifying position from him.
And GTR taking the escape road. Keeps getting 10-second time penalties.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there.
Does he have... He does not have wing damage. Or is there... He does have a little bit of end plate damage, it looks like. But he has 20 seconds worth of time penalties now. Don't know what's up with that.
Yeah, that is, was he possibly trying to avoid Fatal at first, maybe, and he cut one of the corners? I don't know. I've never seen that happen before, where it's 2 10-second time penalties and, immediate, like, right back to back.
As Sequit and Doogie go into the pits, that'll allow, as Seafreeze pits too, but I saw... Seafreeze and Talon, I believe, just got 5-second stop-go penalties, or drive-through penalties, for speeding in the pit lane. Let's see how
You hate
Toro
to
Rosso
see
can
it.
pull out this double stop. They got to be quick. Not so quick.
Yeah, not perfect right there, but
As they're putting
looks
on
like
the
Double A
mediums.
Double A did get a pretty big jump on Secret right there, and looks like Dougie's gonna come out behind Secret. Looks like there was some traffic
As
in the pits.
Sequit was the first to pit. So that's going to allow Sequit to be in a prime podium position with Dougie outside the podium, but Dougie's going to get DRS right here. So we watch now, opens his DRS, gets a nice toe.
Yeah, I
Easy
don't think there's
move for the
anything
Red Bull.
Secret can do.
Is he going to try to get late braking? No, he will not. Doogie is in P8 now. Sector 3 yellow flag. It's
It's
Gijo.
Breezy. Breezy spun. Oh
That's gonna
no.
allow
Oh.
everybody to start passing him, and that's gonna allow
Oh
the
no.
guys of Double A, Dougie, and Sequit to catch up, and then close the gap. And he spins again.
Yeah, those.
He
Oh, and
has
there
to
goes
get off
Double
these
A
tires.
on track. Oh man.
He
Tried
has
for
to
the
get off these
overcut, but
tires.
you can see the last couple laps, his tires have been, getting pretty bad. He's been running wide in a few of the same spots, and finally
As
just
he
lost it
dives into the pits
on the exit.
now, heartbreaking stuff.
And Double A, just to add insult to injury, he pulls in the fastest lap. Oof. I hope it's not game over for Breezy. That's tough.
Double A, however, making his presence felt by setting the fastest lap. And all 5 guys ahead of him have yet to pit, so he is in prime position for a win. And he's catching to the man in 5th place, Hot Bread. And if he can catch up to him, he can catch up to anybody.
Looks
As
like
Lopez and
Lopez makes a
Goto are
move.
going at it.
Yeah.
Both on 7-lap old hards. It's going to be very interesting to see how long they go in this stint.
Yeah, I mean, we saw 20 laps last night, so
On
that's
mediums.
possible. Yeah, yeah, oh, yeah, 20 laps on mediums too, but 20 laps on hards, and then you can get to the softs.
Oh, as
where you just
Lopez goes
do about 7
wide.
laps.
Now let's Goto to get some time back. And he goes wide again. Goto's got better traction. Is Goto gonna go to the Goto's gonna go to the inside. Lopez will have the inside half of the second corner. But Goto does make it stick and retains the position in turn 2. As Sequit and Doogie are getting very close to each other.
It's gonna take a while for the strategy to play out here. It's like Lopez and Goto are just gonna swap.
They're just gonna keep swapping places. So we're gonna make their tire wear die down or go down even faster.
Yeah, it's true. But I mean, these hards are. We're not going to see any action on the first 4 here. Probably for at least another 5 or 6 laps. And for Lopez and Goto, maybe even longer.
Sector 1 yellow flag. It's Jones. Insult to injury as Jones is in P18, dead last. Tough race for the man who qualified inside the top 10, but then slammed into the wall in turn 1. Not his day.
Yeah, just things going from bad to worse for from a McLaren stepdads.
As Sequit and Doogie are about to get in a battle here, Sequit has little to no ERS to play with, so he's gonna have to get the move done now, or on the back straightaway. He's gonna look down the inside. Will it be enough? No, Doogie outbreaks him and gets the inside, but Sequit's gonna get the switch around. Nice move from Sequit, but here comes Doogie battling back. Sector 3 yellow flag, but we're gonna continue to watch this. Sequit does get the move. What was that yellow flag for? It was Jones again.
Did just take a little gander at the race directory, and it looks like Sequit does have a 3-second time penalty already. So even though it says he's in P7, he's actually more like P9 on track. Now you can tell just how bad the hards are in terms of pace. When Secret and Dougie came out, ooh, that's tough. But whenever Dougie and Secret came out, they were about 8-9 seconds behind Hotbread, and they've already closed right up to him in just a matter of a few laps.
The hards are struggling for pace in these conditions, but they will be on the mediums or softs at the end where they have raw pace when the car is lighter and they're on the faster tires, so they're almost at an advantage. Sector 1 yellow flag, I think that is for Jones's retirement car. It is for Jones' retirement car. That's in the middle of the track as Hotbread gets passed by Sequit. About to get passed by Dougie. Hotbread just shoves him wide.
Yeah, I don't think Hotbread realized Dougie was coming around the outside as well. Right there. Almost pushed Dougie off.
This is working into Sequit's hands though, as Dougie's getting pushed back into Seafreeze. As 007 gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. And Dougie does not have a lot of straight line speed. Dives down the inside, uses all the track, but Hotbread nowhere to go, gets shoved wide, and here comes Seafreeze, not far behind Hotbread now. Within a second.
Yeah, Freeze does. I mean, he just needs points, really. I don't think this is his race. Qualified P8, pretty rough for him. It's just a matter of getting back to the field, trying to score top 5, I think.
Yep, definitely not his race to win tonight, but there can always be positives. Seafree's very close to Hotbread now. Is he going to try to make the move on this straightaway here? Engages his DRS and ERS. Oh, too easy for Seafreeze. So much straight line speed, it's not even funny.
Yeah, and I mean, just getting a lot better of an exit on the softer medium compound tires.
Yeah, as those hards are starting to fall away now. Lap 12. As Dougie and Sequit still pretty close to each other, but Sequit's starting to build a little bit of a gap. But it just keeps getting shot down in the straights.
Yeah, he's still quite a ways off a AA, about 3.5 seconds right now. So Dougie just DRS him to death and probably saved some of his ERS as well.
Does seem to help him in the long run so far. But if Dougie keeps pushing like that to try to catch up to Sequit, his tires are going to start degrading even faster as the sun's poking back out again. So the track's going to start warming up again.
That's true. I mean, these guys saw the strategy unravel for, well, not unravel, but come together for W last night. Honestly, going into the weekend, I did not expect anyone to try a soft to medium. I just didn't think mediums could go that far. But
the conditions played in his favor last night. It was cloudy. The track wasn't that warm. As Dougie, is he gonna look down the inside? No, he just stays right there, and Sequit keeps the position. Sequit with another time penalty though. While we were watching that battle, Talon has pitted and got past Be Good again. Or no, Talon passed Be Good while Be Good was coming out of the pits.
Yeah, so Biga's just gonna go medium to hard here, along with his teammate Iroll, who
But here comes
Talon split
Doogie.
the.
Doogie down the inside lane.
I think
Does
yeah,
get the
he's finally
move
gonna get
done.
him.
Doogie back up into P4, and Sequit also has penalties though too, so Seafreeze is in P5 on track right now.
Yeah, 6 seconds for Secret so far, 5 seconds for Freeze. So it is still close. But with the way Freeze is catching up to this group, that 5 second penalty might be negated.
But yep, if Seafreeze can just stay within that second, as you said, Sequit would be behind him at the end of this race, and Seafreeze would get that top 5 he would really like at this point. But it's Sequit and Doogie. Sorry, I didn't just caught the end of that on camera. Kind of slacking over here, kind of tired. But they swap positions for a second, but Sequit does get right back past him. It's going to turn out to be a race-long battle, it seems like. So we're on lap 14 of 27. These guys keep battling. Someone might get a puncture before the end of this race.
Yeah, it looks like Dougie just about lost it coming out of that slow right-hander.
Here comes Dougie
there.
around the outside into the chicane. Will it be enough though? Is because Sequit does have the inside lane, but here comes Seafreeze now too on Sequit. Sequit is still a little bit too far ahead for Seafreeze to try to make a move into the chicane. But Seafreeze is going to have a tow from both him and the Red Bull of Doogie. And then Hotbread and Roll back here now starting to battle. Roll on those brand new hards pretty much. Hotbread on those 13 lap hards, so the 13 lap Hotbread are starting to wear down ever so slightly. As you can see, as Roll is just have so much more traction in the corners.
Yeah, I think around 14 to 15, the hards last night, they started to really die. Like, yeah, Hotbread's probably, he's going to go in the pits. He's going to throw on some medium.
But yep, as Hotbread does go into the pits now, he is putting on the medium compound tires. Very quick stop from the Ferrari mechanics. He will come out. He's going to come out way down. He's going to come out 14th.
Yeah, that's
Unless Jeremiah can get past him. Jeremiah might get past him. Jeremiah will get past him. They almost touched. They almost hit each other. Whoa, Jeremiah was coming on fast.
And Jeremiah's been on those mediums for 13 whole laps. Those things have to be starting to bark now, too. Oh, we got 3 wide, 3 abreast.
Three abreast into that long right-hander. Seafreeze comes out on top. Dougie's starting to go a little bit wide, and now Sequit. Sequit, he's going to look on Seafreeze. He's going to go down the inside. No. Oh, they touch.
Oh, that's
Sequit touches his gearbox. Here comes Dougie, not far behind now either.
No damage,
Sequit does have no damage as Goto and Double A, as Goto dives into the pits. As now Dougie's going to get the double toe. Seafreeze moves to the outside lane. Is Sequit going to have enough ERS? He's going to go to the outside. Is he going to get the move done? He does. For now, he does not. Seafreeze just cuts him off. But now they're only within 2 seconds of Double A. All 3 of these guys are within 2 seconds of Double A. Oh, I'm sorry. No, that's double A within 2 seconds of
Yeah, yeah. I was
Lopez.
I was gonna say I think Double A is still well up the road. Um, Double A's strategy really worked out. He fit at the exact right time. Didn't get stuck in traffic in that big melee in pit lane, and now he's just. I mean, looks like he might just run away with this race.
But there's still 11 laps to go, and this is TCR. Crazier things have happened.
That is true. That is very true.
Talon's gonna look on a roll. Does not dive down on this occasion. Roll on those brand new hards pretty much. Talon on 9-lap-old mediums. Since he's not in
I
a
believe
prime...
Talon has seen a lot of Iroh's gearbox in the past couple of races. I'm not sure this is the exact position he wants to be in at the moment.
You definitely don't want to be behind somebody, especially if they have a reputation. As Double A pits.
So it is a two-stop.
Double A is
Now we're gonna
doing a
see...
2-stop, while everybody else, I believe, is doing a 1-stop.
We're gonna see if they're gonna react, though. I think Double A was comfortable enough with this gap at about 7 seconds that he thought, hey, if I put on a fresh pair of mediums, these guys are gonna be
They're gonna be really slow.
Yeah. So that might be. I mean, he might force Freeze's hand, Secret's hand, Dougie's hand. Interesting stuff from Double A right there.
As we can see the Toro Rosso Racing Point sandwich in the background and going into the chicane now. They're just pinching Talon together right now. Roll's kind of backing up Talon into Be Good, so Be Good can never take that for P6, but Talon not going to let that happen very easily. But Dougie, he's dangerously close to Sequit. And Sequit's gap between him and Seafreeze is increasing.
I'm interested to see if Ivo's actually holding up Talon on purpose, trying to let a fellow Team Stinch member through here with Be Good.
As Be Good with a 3-second time penalty.
Talon does have 5 seconds though, so still in the good right there.
Will Doogie have a look? Plenty ERS to look on Sequit. Will he have a go though is the main question. He does not have the straight line speed. Did not engage his ERS like I thought he would though. Probably saving it for the later part of the race.
Yeah, I'm sure he would like to get past Secret so Freeze can't build too much of an advantage. But I'm not sure. I think he's just running high downforce here.
Jijo and Fatal swap positions out of the chicane. But you have to feel for Jijo Breezy spinning. And he was in a very, very good position to win this race. Just those softs just died.
Yeah, and it's kind of strange that he put on the mediums. I would have thought he'd go for the hards, even though they're slower. I think you'd be a lot more comfortable on those if you're planning to just do a straight up one stop. But hey, he might have something else up his sleeve.
As Double A responds by putting on those new mediums, sets the fastest lap again.
He's got about a little over 12 seconds to get back to Freeze in these next 8 laps.
It can be done, but it's a very monumentous task.
Yeah, and you gotta imagine he's got to get by Be Good and I roll at least. So I mean that might be very much impossible, to be fair.
Up Doogie. Doogie and Sequit going at it now. Oh, as they touch, Sequit spins.
Ooh,
Doesn't really
ooh, that's not
spin, but
good.
kind of does like a drift almost. That allows Doogie to move up into P3. I don't know. Very interesting. It seemed like Sequit was on the very outside of the track next to the curb. Dougie might just kind of come up there, and Sequit wasn't given any room to get forced
Yeah, now
wide.
Sackler's gonna dive into the pits, just get off these mediums, not even try it. As Lopez finally pits from the lead, be interesting to see where he comes out, starting from the back and taking those hards 20 laps.
He
Perhaps
will
not that
come out.
bad.
He'll come out ahead of GoTo. Maybe no. He will come out just behind GoTo guy in P8.
Yeah, looks, but he's gonna have those softs, so he's gonna be putting in some banging laps right now.
The
Goki did
Sequit is
pit from behind
also
him on track.
Sequit put it on the softs too. Sector 3 yellow flag. Jeremiah's out. Seafreeze is in the lead now as we go back to the battle of last week. Seafreeze and Doogie.
Yeah, the cream's rising to the top here in France.
Haha. It's going to be very interesting because now this is more of a straight line speed battle. Because they can do, they don't really have cornering speed because they're on those very old mediums.
Yeah, and with the DRS as OP as it is, down that back straightaway around here, if Doug can just keep it within a second, I think he's got a decent chance of getting C-Freeze at some point.
Seafreeze does have that 5-second penalty though, I believe.
Yeah, that is true. That is true, and I'm not sure if
I
Dougie
think
has one. I'll
Doogie
check that
has
in
a
a second.
3 seconds.
Oof, wouldn't be the best way to get your first win in TCR, but I'm sure
It's still a
he'd
win.
take it nonetheless. And Lopez has already gotten by go-to guy on those fresh softs.
Yep, as we missed
P7,
that,
so
but we're
not too
watching
bad for
this top
Lopez.
2 battle. As Talon getting very close to roll, and then Be Good. They're still in this Toro Rosso Racing Point sandwich. They have not gotten out of it yet. But
No, Lopez is actually gaining on Double A quite a bit right now, as Double A is closing in by about 3 seconds in the last 2 laps on the Force India, Racing Point sandwich here.
But yes, of course, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. Especially between Doogie and Seafreeze as they get really close. Oh, Doogie locks up a little bit, but Seafreeze also went wide, so that kind of evens it out there. But Doogie is going to hit the apex very beautifully on this corner. Will he try to have a go here? I don't think he knows that Seafreeze has a 5-second penalty, and he only has a 3. So it's going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen.
And while I'm watching Dougie, Freeze is just saving up on his ERS. They were both really similar. Now Freeze is up above 50%.
Sequit does set the fastest lap of the race, but he needs to get into that point scoring position to get that extra point. But as Talon and Roll are very close to each other now, as they're heading towards the chicane, is Talon going to dive down the inside? No, he's too far back. Has a look, but it's still too far back to even go for that move. And then Be Good, Roll's teammate, does not seem to be able to catch Talon on the straights as Gijo and Xander switch positions.
Yeah, Xander's been on those hards for 19 laps.
It's kind of too late to pit now, so he might just be going to the end.
And I think Fatal might get Xanamar for the last points paying position as well.
Unless Sequit can do something in these last 5 laps on those newer softs.
That's true. Double, double A. I thought that maybe he thought that he could force the other driver's hands, but it looks like it's not going to pay out, at least in terms of a win here today.
But if these 3 drivers in front of him start battling, he might get a podium. Tal with another 3-second time penalty.
Yeah, I know Iroll's definitely going to want a podium. I'm not sure if he's had one this year yet. Have to do some research on that, but he is definitely benefited quite a bit from that medium to hard strategy.
He's benefited very, very well. And Talon just does not have straight line speed, but does have a look, but still no straight line speed for the Toro Rosso driver compared to Iroll. And then Be Good, he's getting a toe, but he still doesn't have any straight line speed at all. As Xander gets past Gijo again.
It's like he can close up, but he can't quite make the move. Iroll's just a little too late on the brakes going to that right-hander.
Xander is up into P9 again as Fatal moved up to P10, and here comes Sequit right behind him, behind all of them. Sequit with no ERS though. It's going to be very interesting to see what Sequit does here on this first DRS straightaway. There's a nice little train from 9th to 12th. So we move back to Talon and Roll. And here comes Double A, not far behind. Double A's getting into the mix now.
He's gonna have DRS right now.
He's gonna have DRS on Be Good. Will it be enough though? But he has no ERS. Be Good moves to the inside, but cuts back to the outside as he sees that Double A has no straight line speed. But Be Good does go a little bit wide. Does not get good traction. That allows Double A to gain a little bit of time, but hardly any. He can't seem to get straight line speed to catch up.
Let's see if he tries something right here. I think he might on the outside. These fresher tires. Oh, and yeah, just not enough grip.
As that gap is increased between Seafreeze and Doogie, this is not good if you're Doogie because he needs to stay within 2 seconds if he wants his win. Be Good and Double A starting to swap.
Yeah, Be Good locked it up going into the penultimate corner.
This is allowing Roll and Talon to pull away, but now here comes Double A. Is he going to make the move stick? They're side by side into T1. There they go, and yes, Double A will stay ahead.
Yeah, now Double A's out of DRS zone on this back straight. Because of that little battle right there. But Lopez is doing his darnest to try to catch up. Get on the tail end of this 5-car train.
But yep, Sequit does move up into P10, but does go back. But penalties, he's got another penalty as they start wheel banging him and Fatal do. Him and Fatal start wheel banging, and here comes Gijo Breezy not far behind. Gijo Breezy with plenty of ERS to overtake both of them. He's going to move to the outside, 3 abreast going into the chicane. What's going to happen here?
Third line here.
Gijo, no, he will not look on Fatal either, but here comes Sequid again. As we have a little triangle happening right here. As Gijo lets
The Bermuda
as
Triangle.
Sequid does go back past.
Now, Gabe, do you think this is a sign of the Illuminati? With these guys in France making triangles on the track?
Maybe, I don't know.
Galaxy brain thinking over here.
But will Gijo Breezy have a look on Sequit into T1? Put it into high ERS mode. He's gonna go down the inside. Sequit covers almost. Gijo almost rams into the back of him. They touch. Sequit does go down the inside, forces him wide, and then Fatal's gonna jump Gijo into T3.
And look at Xandermar. He just scampered away with all this stuff going on behind him.
As he is making those 23 lap old hards work while the other three behind him start battling. As that gap between Doogie and Seafreeze, it just keeps building. Doogie is struggling more than Seafreeze is.
Whoa.
As Double A now, as we have a Renault and a Talon sandwich between the two pieces of Racing Point bread.
You're making me hungry over here. We got. Let's see if Double A can
Pull out a podium.
possibly get past these two on this last lap.
So we do move on to the final lap now. Double A's gonna have to get past Talon if he wants a shot at this podium. But Talon's still with the better straight line speed, but now they're both gaining on Roll. Talon does kind of break a little bit early, and Roll's gonna pull away with better traction.
Yeah, I thought Double A had to make an evasive action there
Doogie's
to ensure
gap.
that he wasn't gonna
10-second time penalty for Doogie for corner cutting. That
Where
might
was it?
put.
He's got a flat tire. His left front his blown apart.
He does
Here
have
on
a
the final lap.
puncture. That's going to allow Roll, Talon, and Double A to push. That might give Talon a podium. It might give Double A if Double A can get past. Very crazy. Heartbreak for the Red Bull.
We were concerned. We were concerned about these mediums going as long as these guys were trying to take them.
But that will
given the
mean
current conditions.
that will mean Seafreeze is going to win this race. As Roll
Absolutely
goes past.
unexpected.
Double A goes past. Double A to try to make a move on Talon. Doesn't happen. But there's still plenty of time. There's still 3 corners. But as we move to Seafreeze now, the man of the moment, Seafreeze will win the TCR race of Platinum Class here in France. What a race. What a drive from Seafreeze. But let's move on to Roll, Talon, and Double A. Will Double A try to get it done? Talon gets wheel spin! Talon gets wheel spin! What is it going to be? Double A passes ahead of him, and Double A will get 4th because of penalties.
Lopez up to P2.
All the penalties promote Lopez to P2. What just
Double A was
happened?
probably so excited, thinking that he was gonna get that podium spot right at the end there.
What just happened?
And I guess Lopez didn't have any
penalties?
And he just jumps about 4 cars there at the very end.
What a weird way.
Lopez, up 15 spots.
What a weird way to end this race. God, what a race though. What just happened? As the man, the myth, the legend extends his championship lead though.
I'm flabbergasted. I've never seen someone jump that many spots.
Dude, that was amazing.
At the end, because I looked at it, I went up to the scoring sheet to see if Double A had gotten him on the line, but then
He
I'm like,
did
wait,
get
they
Double
all
A
moved
did
down.
get Be Good on or Roll on the line or Talon on the line, but the penalties. Double A will still finish 4th though. But yeah, Lopez had 0 penalties.
Shockingly clean race from Lopez, up 15 spots.
What a
Those
race!
softs at the
Driver
end
of
just
the
got
day
him.
has to be Lopez. What a race!
I would say so. He really made that hard to soft strategy work. And you look at Goto, who was, on a similar strategy the entire race. He goes up to P5 as a result of Be Good and Talon's penalties. And poor Dougie all the way down in P9 after getting a puncture on the last lap.
I knew someone was gonna get a puncture. I
Yeah,
told you.
I believe that is precisely what Double A was concerned about, and he thought that he could get the jump on everybody else, but just didn't quite work out for him. Still good points though in P4.
But once again, what a race. What a performance by Seafreeze to win the race. No one thought it was going to be done because of strategy, but Double A thought he could jump everybody. Didn't happen. But in the end, Seafreeze will win.
Yeah, I'm just checking here. Looks like it is iRoll's 3rd podium of the year. He's actually putting a quietly solid season in right now, and 5th in the championship. And it looks like he's actually going to get ahead of Xandermark today, and Breezy almost. And it's Lopez's second podium as well. He had one in Singapore.
But yeah, that'll just about do it for this edition of Platinum Class here for the French GP. I have been Gate Angelo. That has been Kitten Petter somewhere over there. And then
in my mom's basement, yes.
In your mom's basement. And then that will be it. But first, check the Fanatec link when this video has been processed and posted to the TCR channel, and to help us support our league and do some crazy fun stupid stuff. And I think that's about it. Any final remarks?
Just another great race. That was honestly I had no idea what was going to happen until the last corner of the last lap. Actually, until after they finished the white line to finish the race. With Lopez jumping 4 cars. Just incredible stuff from Lopez, going from 17th to 2nd on the grid.
But yep, very fun race indeed. I have been Gabe, that's been Kitten. I will see you Tuesday for Silver Class at Hungary at 8:30 Eastern Time next Tuesday. That has been it from us. Have a nice night.